Hello. So, we have continued with our previous lecture. Yesterday, lecture one was briefly introduced about the proteins. So we started with the classification of amino acids, where first we described about the amino acids, their basic structure and their properties. Amino acids can be classified depending upon their different criteria, which are the first one is the chemical, based on their chemical structure. Second criteria is the depending upon their functional properties, and third one on the criteria we can classify as we have seen the structure of the amino acids. There are even the polarity, both poles, negative and positive charge. So depending on that, they can be neutral, basic, and acidic. So these can be there depending upon the polarity of the amino acids. They can be classified in the different ways. So as you know the importance of amino acids, these are involved in the synthesis of different many important compounds besides in the starvation and extreme conditions also can be utilized for the energy purposes. So depending upon nutritional importance of the requirements, these can everything transfer, and another basis on the as these are metabolized in our body, so they can be depending upon the metabolic end product, they can also be classified. So amino acids are depend upon the chemical properties as they bear the carboxyl group on one side, which is acidic group, and amino group, which is basic, and side chain, which is the R, denoted by the R, which is the functional group. So depending on their functional group, they can be classified into different compounds. Depending upon the capital amino acid to interact with the water biological pH, which is biological pH is called, it is a neutral pH, and it is the 7. It is any deviation towards it can increase above the 7. It is the become the basic. Below this, it becomes as gradually it declines below 7. As it increase gradually, it will increase above the 7. It becomes alkalinity increases. So upon that basis, they can be neutral, acidic, and basic. Neutral again can be polar and non-polar. Polar, as you know, the polar are those which having the charge. Non-polar having the no charge. So as the amino acids are the having the both charges, negative and positive. They can act as the anion and cation. So they are the base medium for the maintenance of the pH in the body, and as we discussed in the previous class, having the pK value near to our physiological pH in the blood. So again, the slide shows the 20 standard amino acids as we previously saw with the 20 standard amino acids. Although these different they are in the hundreds amino acids are present in nature, but these 20 are called as standard because these are involved in the synthesis of the protein. And why they are involved in the synthesis of protein? Because they bear the genetic code. So non-polar is nothing but the glycine, alanine, choline, valine, leucine, isoleucine, and methionine. Proline, different from other amino acids that they contain a secondary structure because it is cyclic structure present, although the amino is present, but it is the secondary rather than primary. After secondary, it becomes the secondary amino acid. So it is again the differently classified as it is the proline. Aromatic group having the benzene ring in their structure. These are the phenylalanine, tyrosine, and tryptophan. So other are the polar the serine, threonine, cysteine, asparagine, and glutamine. The positively charged ions are because when the amino group at the functional group because these are called as the group in the positive charge. These are the lysine, arginine, and histidine. So histidine we discussed also the was taught in the by dealing with the acid maintenance of pH which is acid base balance. The histidine present in the hemoglobin it is responsible for the it is weakly basic. So again it is having the imidazole ring in its structure. So it is beside it is the positive amino group which is the again the cyclic structure present it is imidazole ring. Negative charge these bear the aspect function of the carboxyl group. So carboxyl it is the acid and it becomes the negative charge of and as these are the aspartate and glutamate. So depending upon their metabolism product amino acids is these are completely metabolized as you remember. The pyruvate is the precursor it is the end product or acid it can be converted into the acetyl CoA. Acetyl CoA if it is formed in excess it can lead to although in the somewhat minor amount acid ketone bodies are synthesized with the over synthesis of acetyl CoA from the either source. When we deal with the metabolism, we learn what are the sources of the acetyl CoA. So acetyl CoA can lead if it's synthesized excess can lead to the formation of the ketone bodies. So according as we discussed these are completely metabolized. So different types of the amino acids and different types of fats. So these can be utilized for the synthesis of these glucose or in some cases ketone body or some amino acids are the and both they ketogenic or glucogenic. Glucogenic means then final metabolism glucose is synthesized from these amino acids for to meet the needs of our body. These are the alanine, aspartate, cysteine, glutamine, glutamate, glycine, choline, serine, arginine, cysteine, methionine, threonine, and valine. Leucine, like ketogenic amino acid, although lysine and the conversion between the group, it can be only ketogenic or it can be both ketogenic or the glucogenic. So tyrosine, isoleucine, threonine, and tryptophan, lysine, as I told, it can be only ketogenic or both can be ketone bodies or glucose can be synthesized from them. So as the amino acid get the both charges, it can show the different properties. So in the we will discuss the carbohydrates. We what is the isomerism, optical isomerism. More detail is discussed in the when we discuss about the chemistry of the carbohydrates. In that perspective, so like these carbohydrates, they can also form the isomers. So L type or the D type, which is the hydroxyl group on the carbon 2 is on the right side, it is called a D-glyceraldehyde, and it is on the left side, L-glyceraldehyde. That occurs the examples of the carbohydrate. In addition, also we discuss in the basic term, which is after mainly synthesized after absorption in the body, LNA. So in that case, if the amino group is present on the right side, it is the D-alanine. If it is present on the left side, L-alanine. So it is easy to remember that on left side it is denoted by the L, while in the uh, amino group is present on the right side, it is called a D, the dextrorotatory, it is L is the liver rotatory. So optical due to presence of essential carbon, all amino acids except glycine. Glycine is the exception because it is on the two sides near the hydrogen. So it does not exhibit the optical isomerism, which is the glycine, while the other can give the optical isomerism, which means they can rotate the plane of the polar light. So in the stereoisomers, these are denoted by the capital AL or D, while in the optical isomerism, these are denoted by the small d or LDL. So it is rotated towards the left side. Again, it is called as the like the and there are some L. While the electrorotatory, it is called denoted by the D. So the other optical isomerism depends on the pH and side chain. Aspartic acid, glutamic acid, arginine, and alanine are the dextrorotatory, while leucine, methionine, and tryptophan are liver rotatory. So if the amino acid group is the ionic charges due to ionic property that show the acid-base behavior. So which means they can maintain the acid-base balance in our body. So buffering capacity and activity again we discussed in the although it was another teacher while with the acid-base balance. And particular properties can be ions are different properties are exhibited. So this is if repetition of the like is right, it shows the because at the side again it needs to be shown, and the carbon on the fourth side attachment side, or is the functional group on which there is amino acid is a name. Carboxyl group having the negative charge, while amino group gives the positive charge. So it can donate or accept in the hydrogen ions in the for the maintenance of pH in the our body. So amphetamine amino acids both acidic and basic include having two properties, so it can be utilized for the maintenance of the pH. So and then the acidosis or alkalosis. Deuterium dipyrone that contain the positive and negative charges are equal to strength. So in the normal periodical relation, only the one sign is present, so they neutralize each other. So, so the molecule which contains the equal number of positive charges simultaneously, these are called as the deuterions. So this is the non-ionic form. So deuterion can be either. This is an example of the deuterium as acid and deuterium as base. So it can be in the as a base. It can accept the hydrogen ion. As acid, it can be donated the hydrogen ion for the maintenance of the pH. Another term, isolated pH, which is denoted by the small p and capital I. So the isolated pH, and in the case of the discussion, amino acid or any compound which bears no net charge, and it does not move in a electrical current field. So negative positive, if they both are present, they neutralize each other and no negative net charge is present in the medium. At isolated pH, structural properties of an amino acid are at their minimum, which means they are less soluble. At pH below isolated pH and acidic medium, amino acid act as base, become cation, while at pH above isolated pH in the acidic medium, amino acid acts as acid. So they become an anion. The buffering capacity of the amino acid, acidic and basic amino acid contains ion group between they bear the ions in their side chains. As we discussed, histidine having a pK value 6, which is nearer to the physical pH of the blood. And although the different medium bears different pH, we discuss in the purification of the blood. Or other amino acids have a pK 2, 4 away. What is the pK value? That is discussed and we will discuss about the acid-base balance. So histidine, by having the pK value near to physiological pH, it can act as a base buffer for the maintenance of the pH. So histidine present is in the large amount in the hemoglobin. So different types of the property of reaction can be shown by these amino acids. So some of two of them will be discussed. So one of the what is usually asked and discussed and an important aspect which is the linkage. So that is linkage is responsible for the formation of the peptide chain or polypeptide chain. Up to 10 we call the peptide. The 10 number of the up to 10 number of the amino acids are present in a chain. These are called the peptides. More, up to 50 these are the polypeptide, and above 50 number of the amino acids in the polypeptide chain are present. These are called as the proteins. So this is the basic concept of the term the different types of the amino acids which are joined by the linkage. It is called peptide linkage and different forms of the different lengths of the structure, and these are the according names. The amino group of one amino acid combined with the carbohydrate group of another amino acid with separation of the one molecule of the water. So these are the hydrogen reaction. Peptide linkage bond is also known as the acid amide bond. Why is it called as the acid amide bond? Because the both acidic and amino basic group are linked. So that is reason for the formation of the linkage, and that linkage is again is reversible. So with the addition that linkage form, and when the hydrolysis is needed for the metabolism occurs or the due to spherical occurs, this can linkage can broken down. So some of the interesting about the peptide bond, which is bond with the carbon of the one amino acids and the nitrogen of the another amino acid. Is right. So its length is the 0.133 nanometer. So it is called as the partial double bond because it is in the length between the single and double bond. That 0.133 nanometer is shorter than single bond and longer than the double bond. With double bonding having the 0.127 and single bond having the 0.133. It is in band length is in between that. That's what is called as a partial double bond. That is the show the in property. It is the semi-rigid, which means it although is flexible but not as flexible as the single bond. A planar means it straight, not the cyclical structure. It is therefore, so it is having the no free rotation. So some of the rigidity is present. Prolonged exposure to the strong base or acid at high temperature is required to hydrolyze the dead bond because you can repeat it is called partial double bond, it is semi-rigid and planar linear structure is present, no cyclical structure is formed. So this is how the bond is formed, and this is the planar. So it can as it two axis can another linkage can be formed with the cysteine oxidation. It is an important. The sulfide group or cysteine is highly reactive. So they occur the sulfur containing acid. So oxidation to molecules of cysteine form cysteine. So another form of the amino acid. The cysteine contains a disulfide bond. So there does between two polypeptide chains is formed between the sulfur containing amino acid. Diastolic bond is a single chain forms a ring. It is present in single chain. It can form a ring. while there is a two between chains, it can turn out to bridge can form. Next slide you see. So how it is formed again? The 16 two multiplied 16 is a form of the formation of the distance. So in that case, the linear structure form. So between two subgroups by the subgroup 16 by combination of two units of 15. So between two subgroups, that stand is formed. So another type of amino acid is formed from the combination of the two 16 amino acids. So that we call a 16 oxidation. So, so it is a same chain, it is formed as if between two chains it can be formed. So these are two polypeptide chains and the cysteine is present. So the cysteine of the one polypeptide chain formed in case with cysteine of the another amount of polypeptide chains. So this is the best example of the diagonal bond is present in the insulin which have the two polypeptide chains. So inshallah we will continue the more lecture.